Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special and exciting Uniworld Boutique River Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. This webinar will run about 40 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Christina Miranda. Christina is the Senior Vice President of National Accounts for the Velvet Collection, part of the Travel Corporation family. The Velvet Collection represents Uniworld, Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, African Travel, and Red Carnation Hotels. During her 8-year career in the travel industry, Christina has established her reputation for building relationships with consortia partners as well as the travel agency community. Her main role is to analyze the needs of each account and continue to form strong partnerships within the Velvet Collection. Christina manages and develops business strategies, grows relationships and sales with preferred partners, and develops new business. She also manages all aspects of national accounts for the Velvet Collection brands. Christina has managed successful teams and has maintained and strengthened current relationships and developed new ones. And with that, take it away, Christina.
Thank you. Well, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to talk about all things Uniworld. As I sit at my home office in San Diego on a cloudy day, I stare at these pictures, just dreaming of the day I can go back and sail these beautiful rivers. So I want to go over the top 10 reasons to sail with Uniworld. But before I get started today, I just wanted to quickly touch upon our hygiene protocols. I know you guys are probably sick to death of hearing about it, and we want to see it implemented, which I do too, but I do think it is important for your clients. So with Uniworld, we've always operated our cruises with stringent safety and sanitation protocols on each and every one of our ships, which we will continue to do. However, we have increased the protocols to ensure we protect the health and safety of our guests. So as you can see here, we use a company, it's called Act Clean Coat, and we also use a technology company called Marine Exchange. Uniworld became the first river cruise line to employ this Act Clean Coat, and what it is, it's an antimicrobial coating. And Lindblad has actually used this over the last 4 years, and our Red Carnation hotels are using it. And basically what it is you spray every single part of the ship, up and down. And once you spray it, it becomes self-disinfecting when it's applied. It's eco-friendly, transparent, odorless, and most importantly, it decomposes microbes and purifies the air. And it lasts for a year, which is really fantastic. And then, of course, we do our standard cleaning throughout that. And then what Marine Exchange does is it will help us manage the health and safety of our guests via touchless technology. So it acts as a thermal scanner, so it'll take the guest temperature, and it also is fake recognition to get onto the ship, so it acts as a key card scanner as well. So we're just trying to avoid, all of those high touch areas, I guess, to be able to do it touchless. So let's go on to the good stuff. This slide is important because it is, our tagline. When you choose a Uniworld vacation, we want you to live your best life for those 7 nights, those 10 nights, those 15 nights. And it's important to know that everything we do is focused on one goal, and it's to give you the unique and unforgettable experience you seek when you're planning a vacation. We have, high personalized, industry-leading service that you deserve, and we like to say, after all, you deserve the best. So I'm going to go into the 10 reasons, and the number 1 reason is the Tolman family history. And this is really important, I think, even so, more so now, given the current state we're in. But last year we did celebrate our 100-year anniversary. And although it wasn't quite the year to celebrate, what it does show is that we focus on what we do and we do it well. In everything that we do, all of our brands, we know we must be driven by service, which are the ethos of all of our brands. So just quickly, I wanted to touch upon it because I think the history is pretty fascinating. So It began 100 years ago when our chairman, Solomon Tolman, he opened up a small hotel, the Paternoster Hotel, which is just a tiny sleeping village off the coast of Africa. From there, he just really fell in love with, pleasing his clients, and he sparked a passion for the hospitality industry, which hopefully is going to bounce back stronger than ever. But now, more than 3 generations down the line, we have grown to over 40 award-winning travel brands. So Mrs. Tolman, she, started Red Carnation, and she has her personal touch and hospitality touch on all of our Uniworld cruises. So I just wanted you to get a quick snapshot of who we are. And the most important thing is we are financially stable. We're not going anywhere. We are going to be there for another 100 years. And our owners are very, very hands-on in the day-to-day operation that we have. So moving on to our ships. So this is pretty interesting. So we purchased Uniworld in 2004, and you can kind of see the way, it's the evolution of it. So 10 years ago, we redefined the term unsurpassed luxury when we launched our first super ship. So as you guys know, on a river, we have to be a certain length and a certain width due to the locks. And we were able to make the ships larger. So we have larger suites, larger public areas. You can see the beautiful furniture that we use within our ships. With custom decor that brought the Rhine region to life on our SS Antoinette, the ship completely transformed the standards of, what it means to have luxury on the river. So each year we continue to launch new super ships, and we're also working towards transforming our entire fleet. So unfortunately, we're relaunching 4 new ships that were coming out last year, but that's going to be in Portugal, Italy, the Mekong, which is an all-suite ship, and then Egypt. And really, our commitment to you and your clients is to always operate the best ships on the river. So we always have you and your clients in mind when we're designing these ships. So you can take a look at what our ships, look like from the outside. And I love the tagline, sometimes the journey is just as extraordinary as the destination, because we sail on these rivers to go out and explore these unique destinations and these small towns, but it does matter what your stateroom looks like, how the crew treats you on board, and all of those amenities. So I'm excited to share that with you. So for those of you that know, Uniworld, you know that no 2 ships are alike, and they truly are floating boutique hotels. Each one is designed to immerse you into the destination that you're visiting. So that's very unique to Uniworld. Once you step on board, you're stepping into a world where, the beautiful colors and the one-of-a-kind details really bring that destination to life. So taking a look inside at our lounges, and you can see how unique they are and how different and how they match these destinations. So as I mentioned, each ship is truly inspired by their destination. I mean, our ships are our passion projects. And what I love about Uniworld, and you think about planning a trip to Europe. Europe is more of that old world. And we want you to live that within 7 days, but also having the luxury with it. So you can see we use, bright colors and designs. And we hold just an average of 130 guests. So as I mentioned with the super ships, you have more space in these public areas, which you can see here. We have different sections of the lounge, we have cafes. And it really allows us to pick comfortable, heavier furniture as to not have to move it around when we have people in the lounge. And we also have more suites and more dining options and more luxurious, tiny noticeable touches that you'll feel when you're on board with our crew. So the next reason is the most personal service. We have outstanding crew, our captains, our hotel managers, and the tagline that we always use for this is no request is too large, no detail is too small. And what that means is we treat each guest based on their needs. I mean, they are like our family. You step on board, by the end of 7 days, you almost want to cry because you're leaving, because you feel like it's a family member you haven't seen in a long time. But being family owned and operated, like I mentioned, it's a philosophy that we've instilled in our company culture as a family owned business. It really is the driving force behind our guest centric atmosphere and the reason you leave feeling like you really are part of the Uniworld family. So we have a 2.3 to 1 guest ratio, which is one of the best on the river. So you can imagine that the attention to detail is there, and we're going to take care of your guests based on the needs they want. Our number one goal is to give your clients the unique and unforgettable experience they seek when they're planning this perfect vacation for you, and also the personalized service that they deserve. And that's what they're there for. So moving on to talking about all-inclusive. So we truly are one of the most all-inclusive river cruise. It's finally tailored to your taste. The whole point of it is to give your clients what they want. So unlimited premium spirits and wines whenever they want. It's not just with meals, which is very important. So when you come back from an excursion and you want a glass of wine or you want a Coke, you can go and have that. You can have snacks whenever you want. Our delicious 5-star farm to table cuisine. Excursions are included at every port. All of the gratuities are on board, so your clients don't have to worry about that. If you stick to the itinerary dates, the scheduled airport transfers are included. Of course, we have internet and Wi-Fi access, and then we have entertainment on board as well. So talking a little bit about what we have on board is wellness on the water. So we know that wellness has been playing a bigger part in travel these days, and it's more important to people to be able to, exercise in the morning or go and do something active while being on vacation. I like to be active because I love to eat and I love to drink the wine, so it makes me feel a little bit better when I get out there and I maybe do a yoga class or I go on a treadmill. We have a sun deck that you can go on a jog, but what I like about it is that your clients or you can stick to your daily workout routine, or they can try something new like a fitness class. And all of this is complimentary. And then, of course, best of all about a river cruise is we're always so close to land, so you can get off the ship, you can go on a jog or a bike, or a walk along the riverbank. We also have swimming pools on board. And I mean, it's kind of funny to think about it, and what I always say is tell your clients to bring their swimming suit. Okay, you're not going to do laps, but all of our pools are different as well. So if you look at the one on top, I mean, you can take a dip in the pool and the doors open, so you have this great view of the river as you're in the swimming pool. I think, coming back from an excursion, maybe on a warm day and you want to cool down because we're going to go sail to the next port, you put on your swimsuit, grab a nice cold beer or cocktail, and go take a dip in the pool. And you can also see we have some on the sun deck as well, so you can take in the breathtaking landscapes alongside of the river. Also, for the Christmas markets, there's nothing better than at night, and I know you might think I'm crazy because it's cold in Europe, but all the pools are heated. So after dinner, it's also nice to unwind with your fellow travelers and go in. So as I said, remind your clients to bring their swimsuit. So some of the things that we have also is, of course, we have the spas on board. You can get a massage that is at an additional cost. 2 of our ships have cinemas, so while you can watch movies in your stateroom, you have the opportunity to go to a cinema on board a river cruise ship, have a little extra space, and watch a movie that you want. And then I'll get into some of the additional dining venues later, but we have multiple dining venues as well, so that you're not eating in the same area every night if you don't want to. So I want to take a moment and talk about our suites. Our suites are absolutely gorgeous, and no 2 suites are designed the same either. So this here is on the Joie de Vivre, and it's the Grand Suite 402 to be exact. It's 410 square feet. And what I love about the Uniworld suites is that they all have their own personality, which makes it for a really unique experience. We have true butler service, and what I mean by that is these butlers do not have any other role than to be there for the guests in the suites. So their job is to take care of these guests around the clock. It includes packing, unpacking if you so desire, room service, and much more. They are very spacious. They have larger bathrooms. You can see there in the bathroom, it's a double sink, beautiful marble tile, a bathtub. The butlers will draw a bath. So if they know your clients are a bath taker and they're coming back from an excursion and that's what they want, they can come into their room and it'll be ready to go with them. We also use this fine crystal that you can see. And for those your clients that might want, whiskey or vodka or whatever it is, we'll make sure that it's full for them throughout the trip. And one of the great things too about being in this suite is you come back, from an excursion or a day we're sailing and your clients are getting ready for dinner. We will bring them drinks and snacks to have in the room while they're getting ready. So it's just all those little added benefits of booking a suite on Uniworld. So moving on to, what we do, right? Because this is another reason why you book a river cruise is exploring the towns that we visit. So we have excursions at every port, and you have choices of excursions at every port. And the reason we moved to having choices at every port is it allows your clients to personalize the trip based on what they want to do. So our included and optional excursions do immerse you into the authentic culture, the sites, we have some culinary excursions as well. And it also provides a unique perspective into the destination that we're visiting. So for example, we have Village Day that you can choose from. And these are pretty much what it says. You discover these quaint and charming towns and cities that are right off the riverbank. And we have a local guide which offers an in-depth look into the destinations as well as the local people who do bring that to life. We have Do As the Locals Do, again, basically what it says, but it's experiencing life just as a local would. So they're really designed to give you an authentic look into your destination from a local's point of view. We do have active excursions, so we do have the wellness on the water, like I mentioned, but we also offer biking, hiking, golfing, walking, kayaking, and much more depending on the destination that you're in. For example, on the bike ride, you can experience Bavaria's great outdoors as you ride along the Danube, which I love. You always have a guide in the front, you guide in the back, and it's just beautiful to ride along the Danube and then catch up with the ship. They're not all that long. The best part about it though is say you don't want to do anything and you kind of want to stay back, you maybe want to sleep in. We have extra bikes so you can take it out on your own if you want. Really, you get to choose what you want to do. But no matter where we sail, there are many opportunities to get out and go. So we also have our masterpiece collection and private experiences as well. The masterpiece experiences are optional experiences that we can put together for you, and it's offered in addition to the included one. So it's just giving your clients an additional choice. For example, you can take a Viennese cooking class or ride a retro sidecar through the streets of Bordeaux, but knowing that the Uniworld crew gets you there and brings you back. And then we also offer private experiences, which are included, and they're once in a lifetime opportunities that are privately arranged for our guests. An example of this would be, visiting a museum after hours without the crowds, really making you feel like a VIP. But, as we all know, there's nothing better going into a museum and not having to fight off staring at a picture or wanting to get a picture or just walking around without the crowds. So I think this has to probably be my favorite #1 reason to why I love river cruising. You're always close to shore, and that gives you the opportunity to explore or do the things that you would like to do. And not sure if you kind of catch, my theme here is I love the personalization of a river cruise. And I love nothing more than taking one of our excursions, getting the lay of the land from our tour guide, and then being able to explore in free time on my own. And you can see how close to the city we are that we dock, making it really easy to hop off the ship, walk around, or like I mentioned, take a bike and kind of go through town, grab lunch. You also get the opportunity to experience the destination like a local. So I always encourage, the advisors I speak with, tell your clients to go and do this. Go into town and explore it like a local. Go to a pub, go to a local restaurant so you can try their food, go to a coffee shop, and take advantage of these moments to be able to do that. Or go into a local cheese shop, bring some back to the ship and snack on it with a glass of wine, because again, it's all inclusive and you can pair, some of the cheese with your wine. And for those of you that are shoppers, you can find something unique for yourself. Europe has great clothes and shoes. And so I just really encourage you to go off the ship when you have a chance and experience it like a local. So moving on to food. I mean, food and wine, I think, are another big reason that people love to decide where to travel or how to travel. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention the culinary excellence that we have on board Uniworld. So if you can see this picture, the lady there that you see is Mrs. Tolman, who I mentioned in the beginning. And she's in the kitchen working with our chefs, making sure they perfect her recipes. So we have quite a few recipes of her on board. And something important to note is that our meals are crafted to a wide range of tastes throughout the cruise. So it's not the same menu all the time. And we use local ingredients. And that's really important because we don't have these big freezers on board having them shipped in. Like, we go to the local markets, we get our produce and meats that are local. So when designing these and looking as like, how can we really excel at culinary, our philosophy, it's designed to the palates of the international travelers, and we have a variety of traditional dishes. So for those that want to be tied into the destination, we have healthy options, and then of course we have comfort cooking. So we're all about catering to your clients. Let us know in advance if they have dietary restrictions. Of course, they can let them know on board, but the more we know, the better. And one of the great things we launched is a traveling light menu. So it features all the flavors of our traditional menu, but with fewer calories. So maybe not every night you want this big meal. So we have that menu, and we also offer a variety of vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options. And of course, we serve wine with every meal. We feature local wines, which is selected by our onboard sommelier, and we really take pride in using these local wines that are grown and bottled directly from the regions that we visit. We also have wine from Uniworld's own award-winning vineyard, Bouchard Finlayson, which, let me tell you, the Pinot and the Sauvignon Blanc is absolutely delicious. So when you go on a Uniworld cruise, I highly encourage you to try that. But as I mentioned, we are all inclusive. So if your clients or you don't want wine, of course, we can get you whatever you want. And the best part about it is there is not an additional charge. So I did mention earlier, we have choice of dining venues. So of course we have our main dining room. We have a private dining that does come at an additional cost, but you can see it's very intimate. It's 8 people, and we do wine pairing with that. And then up top you can see is up on our sun deck, the windows will open up so you can have the fresh breeze. Just being able to give you that choice. So what else do we offer? We have unique destinations and experience. So as the big bulk of what we do are the European waterways, but I did want to point out that we have some specialty themed cruises as well. So we have holiday cruises, which I know probably comes to no surprise. And I do want to let you know that the holiday markets for 2021 are booking great. I know people are ready to get out there. So if you have those clients that want to travel in 2021, I think the Christmas markets are the way to go. We didn't get to operate that in 2020. But really, for those that maybe haven't done it or don't know about it, you really get to discover Europe in its most festive form, to destinations where many of these holiday traditions started. We have Jewish heritage cruises as well, which embrace Central Europe's rich history and Jewish ties. and it's a complementary alternative to the traditional itinerary that we offer. And we have 2 in-depth cruises that are Jewish heritage. You'll venture off the beaten path with some of the excursions, and we highlight the Jewish-inspired, architecture, memorials, museums, synagogues, and much more. And then we also have a connoisseur collection for you wine lovers out there. I should say culinary and wine. And these are designed to explore the world of gourmet French cuisine. And they're more so culinary focused and wine, and they'll take you to famous restaurants, vineyards, truffle farms, and much more. So these are great for those affinity groups. And you're not limited to these themed cruises. We can work with you if you want to do an affinity group based on a different theme. We can work with you on setting up, excursions, but these are what you'll find on our website and in our brochure. And I also wanted to point out that we have family travel as well. So as you know, traditional river cruise itinerary is not typically designed for younger kids, right? There's not a lot of activities on board. If we go into these towns, there's not a lot of, kids activities. So at Uniworld, we understand the importance of traveling with families, and we've seen a growth in multi-gen groups, which I think we're going to see more so now than ever. And Uniworld is the perfect choice when it comes to looking for a family program. So for those of you that have the multi-gen groups, take a look at our Generations program, and it features specially priced cruises for the kids. They're planned around breaks from school with activities and excursions designed for the travelers of all ages. And we have 2 dedicated family hosts. One is for the junior cruises that are age 4 to 12. The other is for the teen cruisers that are 13 to 17, so like different activities and things like that. And we'll include, a special ship tour with the captain or hotel manager, kid-friendly menus, kids lounge, and much more. And the best part about it too is the host will also sit with the kids at dinner, giving the adults some time to, mingle with some maybe new friends they met or with the group that they have. And then I also wanted to mention that we have a great solo traveler program right now. Currently, it's just dates for 2021, but we are seeing a huge trend in solo travelers, and a river cruise is perfect for those solo clients that you have because, first of all, the crew will take care of them, but it's so easy to mingle and meet new people. So just a reminder to think of us for, family and solo travelers as well. And then I also wanted to let you know that we have, the exotic destinations. So not only do we sail in Europe, we sail in Peru, Asia, India, and Egypt. And as I mentioned in the beginning, 2 of our 4 new ships are on the Mekong in Egypt. We really have seen a high demand for Egypt. And I just have to point out that one of my favorite all-time cruises is the Mekong. I think it's a unique destination, and I love being on the river because you go back, it's beautiful accommodations, great food. I mean, we even, have the locally inspired cuisine, and then they take you throughout this beautiful area. So I encourage you to look at that. And I also wanted to let you know that the Mekong is an all-suite ship, and it ranges from 339 square feet being our lowest to the Royal Suite at 924 square feet. We have 2 of those on board. So these exotic destinations are perfect for your clients that have sailed Europe and are maybe looking to do something else and they really want to sail with Uniworld. One of the things that we are most excited about is we just launched our new cruise and rail itineraries, or programs, I should say. And these really provide your clients with a whole new way to travel with Uniworld. And the itineraries represent really the most innovative and exciting new way to see the world. So they're offered as a pre or post. You do have to do the cruise, but it's a pre or post to the sailing, and you embark on a private train experience, and the itineraries are just really fantastic. And I don't have time today to go into what the itineraries are, but if any of you are interested in more detail, I can connect you with your local sales manager, or I can send you more information. The day-to-day itineraries are up on our website. And we have partnered with the Golden Eagle Luxury Trains, and we've crafted exclusive itineraries that you can only get through Uniworld. So just to give you an example, you do our Italy cruise through Venice, and then you add on the train, and it'll take you from Venice through the Swiss Alps. We also have a Venice to Istanbul, and then we have the enchanting Danube and castles of Transylvania, which will take the train ride through Romania for a deep dive into the history around the Dracula myth. And then what's really cool, I think, is we are doing one rail only, and that's in Russia using the Trans-Siberian Express. And it's 15 days from Moscow to Vladivostok or vice versa. So take a look at these. It's a really unique opportunity. And it also, we know people going to Europe sometimes don't want to go just for 7 days. So it's, it can be anywhere from 11 to 16 days. So, let me know, be happy to send you more information. We've been doing a lot of consumer events with advisors on these because it is such a unique experience. And last but not least, we have great travel advisor resources. So we are dedicated to you, we're dedicated to the trade. 95% of our business comes from you. And mainly, I know that you guys have had a really hard 2020 into 2021. And from all of us at Uniworld, we really appreciate everything that you're doing. We appreciate your business, your partnership, your friendship, and most of all, your support of Uniworld. I know you're all probably sick of hearing this. I am too. I know we will get through this, and we are here for you to work with you on to secure bookings. So if you have not signed up for our travel advisor portal, I highly encourage you to do so. I know this picture is a little small, but not only is it our online booking engine, but we have information on groups and charters there. We have marketing tools, so we have a lot of images if you want to put something together for your clients. We can also send you social media tiles. We have our Uniworld University. So we're going to have, I know we're launching a new program, but there's some great information on there if you want to just freshen up on all things Uniworld. And then of course you can order materials, and we have our travel advisor reference guide as well. So take advantage of that. And most of all, again, I just really want to thank you for everything that you guys are doing. And I hope that you learned some new things about Uniworld. And I'll turn it back to you, Anna, if there are any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We do have some questions coming in. Our first one is from Kim, who was actually on a Uniworld cruise about 15 years ago and noticed some changes in the ships of the pictures that you showed. So she is wondering if you happen to know when the ships and furniture were refurbished and updated.
For the ships that we haven't done yet?
For the ones that you had pictures of.
I can send you a list of when certain ships were renovated. We were supposed to do 2 more last year, but for obvious reasons, we couldn't do it. But Kim, if you want to send me an email, so I have your email address, I can send you a list of which ships have been renovated into a super ship.
Okay, great. And I can put you guys in touch. We do have some questions coming in about accessibility on board, if you can speak to that.
In terms of?
Like ADA standards, wheelchairs, anything that, any features that help those with accessibility issues.
Yeah, some of the ships have an elevator. We welcome wheelchairs on board. We always ask that they have a traveling companion to help them. And as you know, sometimes with a river cruise, you have to disembark from the sun deck. So elevators don't go all the way up sometimes because, you have to go down, you have to go under the bridges. But for the most part, we've had it, and it's not an issue. And our crew is always there to help. The lounges are spacious, so wheelchairs were fit. So we would work with you to say, okay, this destination is good for you, or maybe you should go on this ship because there's more. But just keep in mind that sometimes when you're docking, like I said, you either have to go through another ship, but there's always a connecting part, but they might have to walk or you might have to lift them because Europe is a bit different. And then just in terms of the excursions, Europe has the cobblestone floors, but we've had people have a great time and they are in a wheelchair. So a lot of it just depends on the destination, but we're happy to work with you on that so you can plan the right trip for your client.
Okay, great. Our next question is from John, who is wondering if the unlimited premium spirits and wines are offered on all of your cruises.
They are offered on all of our cruises.
Okay, great.
The only thing that is different, and it's not about the wine, is the butler service is not available in Peru, Egypt, India, and Asia, but the butler service is there for our European fleet. So I just wanted to point that out. But yes, we are all inclusive across all of our cruises.
Got it. That is easy enough to remember. And our next question is from Joseph, who is wondering, for a guest that has never done a river cruise before, what itinerary from Uniworld would you say is the most recommended and popular?
I would say the Danube or the Rhine. Those two are really the core and I think a good intro into a river cruise. It's easy to get to, great little ports that you get to see. And if you're interested, what we did is we put together a letter and it's, why river cruise? And what it does is it's not a hard sell by any means, but what it is doing is kind of like what I went through the presentation today, but it's designed so that it comes from you that you can send to your clients. And I also have an infographic that I can send you, but I would definitely say Danube or the Rhine for a first-time river cruiser.
Okay, perfect. And if agents are looking for collateral from Uniworld, where can they access that?
So you can order brochures if that's the collateral you're looking for on our website. If you sign up through our travel advisor portal, you can access some imagery. If you want social media tiles, you can reach out to your sales manager. If you don't know who they are, you can reach out to me. I know we're working on getting the social media tiles onto our media site. That would be through the advisor portal. If you need a flyer, go to your sales manager. Of course, you can come to me as well, but we'll be able to help you. But if you want just something basic like a brochure, you can order that through the website.
Okay, got it. And it looks like those are all of our questions. So thank you so much for all of the information, Christina, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks again. Enjoy your day.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.